looking at what's coming up on Radio 2 for the rest of the evening. Notice that it's Keris from 9 o'clock. She was on Between the Covers last week. I got so many tweets about her. She was so brilliant. It's on in a couple of minutes' time on BBC Two if you fancy. After the brilliant Keris from 10, you got Trevor Nelson, of course, OJ from midnight. But no, on the way next, the one, the only, is Joe Wiley with a Shiny Happy playlist en route to your ears. I'll see you tomorrow from 4. Thanks for just being awesome. This is Radio 2 on the BBC Sounds app, on your smart speaker and on 88 to 91 FM.
BBC News at 7 o'clock. This is Harvey Cook. A major new report on climate change says the world has all the tools it needs to tackle global warming, but it still isn't using them effectively. The UN Secretary-General Antonio Guterres called for action on all fronts, everything everywhere all at once, to stop the Earth's temperature rising above dangerous levels. He described it as a climate time bomb which governments could defuse with clean energy and technology. Harjeet Singh, who's a climate expert, says the global response to other crises show it can be done.
We hope this report puts a spotlight on what kind of actions we need to take. So it is challenging, but we have done it. During COVID, we have seen how global community came together. So we need to act at a scale at which this particular crisis demands us to. 3
teaching unions have urged Ofsted to suspend inspections after the suicide of a head teacher whose school had been downgraded from outstanding to inadequate. The National Education Union, the National Association of Head Teachers and the Association of School and College Leaders say Ruth Perry's death highlights the need for reform. Members of the Royal College of Nursing in Scotland have voted to accept a new pay offer. A narrow majority approved the 6.5% increase from April, ending the immediate threat of strikes. The Prime Minister, Rishi Sunak, has said the UK banking system remains safe and well capitalised following recent fears about the health of the industry. European markets have seen small gains today after the troubled bank Credit Suisse was bought by its rival UBS, but banking stocks have remained volatile. The President of the European Central Bank, Christine Lagarde, is the latest official to react positively to the merger.
I welcome the swift action and the decisions taken by the Swiss authorities. These actions are instrumental for restoring orderly market conditions and ensuring financial stability. We are monitoring market developments closely and stand ready to respond as necessary to preserve price stability and financial stability.
The body of a former Wigan Warriors rugby league player has been found more than a year after he went missing in the United States. Bryn Hargreaves played 33 times for the club before moving to the US about 10 years ago. European Union ministers have agreed a deal worth more than £1.5 billion to supply ammunition to Ukraine. 17 EU countries plus Norway have pledged to supply 1 million artillery shells to Kyiv over the next year. The bloc's foreign policy chief, Josep Borrell, thanked the countries involved.
This framework is flexible and inclusive, allowing us to replenish your stocks and support Ukraine. Both things go together. This is a clear political signal that many were expecting, and we have every reason to be glad about it.
And the weather was set for a cloudy evening with rain moving eastwards across the UK, turning heavy in the west. And that's the BBC News at 7:03.
Thank you, Harvey.
Joe Wiley's Shiny Happy playlist.
There's going to be big tunes.
Blowing the roof off Radio 2.
Shiny Happy. If you want to get absolutely bouncing,
this is where it's at. BBC Radio 2.
Yes, Sam, we do. Even though it's a Monday, we've got to the end of the day. We still have energy to bounce a little bit, I'm hoping. We're going to make all the difference with the music we play tonight. Hi, everyone. Welcome to the show, and thank you. Welcome return to Sarah for being marvellous for the past couple of hours here on Radio 2. Past 3 hours on Radio 2. Hope you've had a good weekend. Hope the day has been kind to you as well. And we've got some great music lined up for the next 2 hours, beginning with the Shiny Happy playlist, of course. If you would love a mention for yourself or for somebody else out there, you know what you have to do. Get your phone, put in the number 88291, tell me all the details, or just tell me a couple of names, whatever it is, and I shall do you shouts for the people around you tonight who you're spending the evening with or who you're not. 88291. Here we go.
The Shiny Happy playlist on BBC Radio 2.
it's been